Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Kelly Davies?
I am so good.
Awesome.
Season 2, episode we don't know.
Episode, 15-ish?
There's so many.
We're somewhere around there
We're
now.
really committed to our podcast.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Kelly, we've got a new guest with us today.
Who do we have with us today?
We have Jess Klingberg.
That's
Jess
me.
Klingberg.
Right on.
Woo.
And you know what? Saying your last name is really fun.
I know. Klingberg. It's like
Klingberg.
Kling wrap, iceberg.
Yeah, I like that. I really
Klingberg.
do. So we're going to hear from Jess, but first, let's hear from our little lady, the queen, as I like to call her.
In the know in the 920.
Isn't that just fun?
It's always a blast.
It really is. So fun. Actually, before we started recording, I was telling you something funny about one of our loyal listeners, which is awesome, and we love our loyal listeners. But we had another person that emailed me a while back and was like, I don't know if that's your daughter or if that's just someone that you use for your podcast. And she's been on radio commercials with me too, because she loves doing this stuff. And he's like, but that is the best child voice I've ever heard. I was like,
Yeah.
I was riding on cloud 9 for about a week after that. I was like, well, thank you. Thank you so much. She wants to be a star. So
She's going to be.
It's in the cards.
she's,
for sure.
yes, she wants to be a famous dancer on Broadway.
Okay.
And she wrote in her book for school this year that they made about like future plans. She's going to win, I think she said, it was very specific, 22?
It was a specific number in the
22
20s.
Tonys.
Yeah.
22 Tony Awards.
20-something Tonys.
I was like, ma'am, you're 10. How do you even know what a Tony Award is? I loved it. I was dying laughing. And then she's going to buy me a house in Charleston, my favorite place.
Perfect.
And houses there are super cheap. So it's
Of
going to be.
course. Well, if she's got that many, of course she can afford
I
it.
know.
So much
So
talent.
shout out to our lovely little lady. But Jess, tell us, okay, you're the executive, like something very fancy.
Executive and leadership coordinator.
Executive
Yep, at the Fox
and
Cities Chamber.
leadership coordinator.
Yeah,
at the
that's
Fox
me.
Cities Chamber. That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
By the way, I tend to, drift sometimes. Last night I was going to dinner downtown and I parked in the parking garage and I'm pretty sure I actually saw the Fox Cities Chamber building.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you guys are right there?
Yep, on Superior. Yep, that's us. 125.
Just
I
a
put it all
brick and mortar location right there in the heart of Appleton.
I put it all together. I was like, hey, I know them. They're awesome. Very cool. So now I've actually put together I've driven past there 1 billion times.
Right.
But like it actually connected in my brain this time.
We're big fans of the chamber now. You guys have been sending us
We
some
are. You guys are
recommendations for
so
people.
great.
It's great.
We love the chamber. Seriously, we became official members a little while back.
And it was so simple to do.
So simple to do.
You
Sign
would
up
almost
on the
wonder
website.
why anybody hadn't done it yet.
Correct.
People watching.
Yes. Everybody, get involved in the chamber. All right, so Jess, we're going to talk about the Immersion program specifically, right?
Right.
Okay, so tell us all about this.
So Immersion is a program that we're beginning. It's been thought about for years. We had COVID, all types of stuff kind of put us back. We're finally rubber to the road.
Or what I like to call AC, after COVID.
Yeah, I think that needs to be like an official
I
designation.
know,
For
seriously.
sure.
Everything in life is like before COVID and then after COVID. Yeah.
So different. But we are beginning this program, and ultimately right now it's open to anyone who'd like to participate, chamber member or not, even though you should be, right?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Where you come on in, at first we take a survey from you as a participant, if I can talk. This is a good start to the podcast.
You're doing fantastic.
Right. Where we survey people, try to understand what types of topics they're interested in. We're going to have dinner at the castle, and then we'll have these curated speakers for this very small group. It's 10 people plus their plus one, so 20 people total. and you get to dip your toes a little bit more into the Fox Valley, understand what's going on and how to get involved.
Sure.
We're also addressing in that, retention from an employer standpoint and investing in employees to participate in this to help satisfaction. And then secondarily, like the second day that we have this, they're also having a continental breakfast and then going to the PAC and taking a behind the scenes tour.
I love that. Like I said, I was reading this and I was like, I want to sign up.
Yeah, any excuse to be inside of the PAC building, Kelly is there.
Well, yeah, and okay, let's just, again, Friday, September 12th, 5 to 8:30 p.m. Dinner at the castle. Dinner, castle, those are words I like.
Yeah.
Those are all words that I enjoy. And like you said, presentations from Fox Cities experts on a variety of topics. That's cool. So, like, what kind of topics do you think might be covered?
Yeah, so everything from education to recreation to trailing spouses and helping to support them too, because
Sure.
at the end of the day, this is really, you could be brand new to the Fox Cities, or you could be someone who's been here for a bit and just needs a little extra care and an extra touch point to make sure that
Sure.
you're feeling more involved and engaged in the community.
Sure.
So we have trailing spouses, as I mentioned, volunteerism, board service. The list really goes on and on. Even down to if someone mentions they're interested in learning about religion, like I'll tap in and figure out what it is that they're
Sure.
looking for specifically, and we'll
Right.
try to get that expert at their table for
Yeah,
dinner.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Maybe somebody wants to hear more about the real estate market in the area.
right on. That's part of the topics too.
Just saying, we're here. Call us. Okay, so that's going to be super cool. That is going to be so cool. And then Saturday, the 13th, is going to be 8:30 to noon, the breakfast and presentation at the Chamber, which we've just revealed the location of.
Right on.
Officially. And then the tour of the PAC. That is so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then right after that, you have an option to do a scavenger hunt as well.
Oh.
So hopefully the weather holds up. The first one will have the farmer's market too. So you'll be able to kind of run through that
Nice.
as well. If you haven't been down there, it's an
I
awesome
love that.
opportunity.
Oh, we've been down there.
So we have a booth.
Well, I'm
Ellie
so
Davies
sorry.
Homes team has a booth, and look for the big giant pink tent.
Can't miss it. It's the only pink one.
It's the only big pink one. We are chatting with people about real estate. We're handing out free water, and we are going to be. This is the first year we've done this, so we're learning as we go. So we're going to be incorporating, starting next week, a fun spin the wheel game at our booth, and we're going to have a bunch of local businesses that contribute to prizes for the spin the wheel.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
See, the reason I probably didn't pay attention to your tent, to be completely honest, is because I probably had my face stuffed with those stuffed chicken wings from Ice.
Oh well, yeah.
Completely distracted.
I don't blame you. Like
Right on.
That's the kind of stuff that I go there for too. But no, this is our first year of doing it, and like I said, we're learning as we go. But yeah, if you want us to, somehow get involved in the scavenger hunt, just let us know. We'll be there.
Will do.
Yeah, if you want to hide something at our booth.
Oh, you guys are giving it away.
Well, only to people that watch the podcast.
Oh, that's
Yes.
true. All right.
This
Loyal
is like a
listeners.
This is like a special clue for them,
is,
right? A
yeah.
special
No, they've
tip.
probably got the whole scavenger. That's fine.
No, that's really cool though. We did the Light the Night market too recently, and we
That was
did
fun.
that was really cool. And we had black lights, and our shirts were bright pink, and they literally glowed. And everything was glowing. And then we had balloons in our tent everywhere, like
They gave
tons
out
and tons of
glow
balloons,
sticks?
and they were glowing. And it was a whole big glow theme. I like a theme. I take a theme and I just go with it, So
totally.
yeah. So the immersion program. So really this was created to get, like you said, more people involved in the community in general, right?
Yeah, you might not be familiar with a lot of the things going on. So maybe you don't know what's going on with volunteerism, the United Way, and or real estate and housing,
Sure.
things like that. So when you have an opportunity to kind of get a little sampling of this is what we're really aiming to do.
Sure.
And then what's really nice about this program as well is beyond it, there's a little bit of a concierge service. So
Okay.
I personally will be the one following up with the individuals who participate and their plus ones
Okay.
for 3 months to check in and see, hey, how are things going? Are there things that
Wow.
you're bumping into that you'd like some help with, some extra
Sure.
support? I think that's the underlying thing is how do we support you as you're transitioning to this area, as you're getting comfortable,
Yeah.
we're here for
I
you.
love this.
Yeah.
Well, we could really, I just love these things because we could just, there's so many things we can collaborate with so many people on.
Yeah.
We have this really cool, I think it's pretty cool, booklet. It's probably about 20 pages that we've put together. I'll show it to you after this podcast. And it goes over, anybody can have one, but it's really like our recommendations on pretty much anything in the Fox Cities.
Yeah.
So it's really fun I think for people that are just coming here and things like that, because it's like, here's where, and again, we're disclaimer, these are just our personal choices.
Right.
We're not like, being paid to endorse anybody, but our favorite restaurants, our favorite brunch spots, our favorite this, our favorite that, go-to places and things like that.
And it's an ever-evolving list, too, because,
Of course, things change.
new places show up, and
Yeah.
sometimes old places go away. It's just the way things are.
Exactly. Yeah. And we've got school district ratings and information and all kinds of fun stuff in there. So very cool. I love that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Because I always say, I love welcoming people to this area and, kind of being like a little tour guide for the Fox Cities, because I was pretty much born and raised here.
Yeah.
I spent a little time in Chicago, but otherwise I've been here. So
We haven't. So my family's
Okay.
been here for 7 years at this
Okay.
point. And
where are you from?
well, I grew up in like Hartford area.
Okay.
And then I went out to grad school, and then I was
Sure.
in Chicago area as well,
Okay.
and things like that. But
Yeah.
ultimately, we came back here for one of my jobs that I had, and loved the area.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the area. There's so much to do. And
it
I
is
have
a
a
great
family, so
space.
lots of great kid stuff too. But yeah, that's another piece of this is opening the door and helping people understand how much is going on and all the different things out there.
That's the thing. And I think, and there's so many like media forms and sources and things now, right? And places that you can go to get information, which is great. But sometimes it's almost like I get like analysis paralysis, where it's like, I don't know where to look anymore. So I'm not going to look anywhere, right? So even like I was telling you how we just share some weekend events, because there's so much stuff happening in our community. And it's just getting the word out, right, about a lot of it, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So it really is a great place to be. I still could leave the snow behind. I don't love winter. But, that's not our fault, right? That's just the way it is.
Yeah. It's better than hurricanes, and it's better than alligators.
That's true. It's better that, one of my friends the other day posted a photo. She lives in Texas now, and the spider that was on her front door, I was like, well, I would have just had to burn the house down.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have just been like, well, we're done. I mean, it was humongous.
Or, like in the desert, they get those little scorpions. They just crawl into your shoe.
We don't have any of that stuff here.
What a relief.
I know, right? What a relief. Okay, so you've been here for 7 years. 7 years. Where did you go to school?
I went to Oshkosh for undergrad.
Okay.
Yeah.
WO.
Exactly. And then I went out south for grad school.
Okay.
And then boomerang back up here when we had kids. So
What did you go to grad school for?
I have my MBA.
Fancy.
Yeah. Well, I was
We
told,
are among royalty.
Oh, no, not at all. I was in my undergrad, and my boss was like, hey, you should check out this program. You can go and get your graduate degree for basically nothing. But I worked in residence life, so I had to take care of a lot of staff in building and hundreds of freshmen.
Oh, Lord. Sure.
Yeah, so it wasn't free. But
Right.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I wanted to get that out of the way
You
before
got that
I
done. Yep.
had a family and
That's awesome.
had those other things to worry about.
Very, very cool. Very cool. So then what did you do leading up to being at the chamber?
So I worked at the Community Blood Center for about 5 years.
Okay.
And then
That's cool.
I transitioned to a part-time role with Marta Dimes,
Okay.
which was a
very
phenomenal
cool.
role. I was in the
Yeah.
NICU over in Nina, so that was really special.
Yeah.
But I took the part-time role knowing my husband was going to be deployed. And
Okay.
as I mentioned, I have a family, so it was a lot to take care of.
Okay, so he's in the military.
Mhm,
Wow.
I jumped down to a
We
part-time
thank him
role.
for his service
Yeah,
and you for,
yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. I know it's a family
It's a whole thing.
Role.
And that's, and even getting back to this immersion program, like, I understand that it takes a village, you know,
Yeah,
and
right.
you can be on an island.
Right, because you're just now all of a sudden you're like kind of single parenting it for a while.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
I was pregnant. So, anyway.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
So, long story short, you know, I took a part-time role to balance life. And then
Sure.
he came back, and I thought, well, I should probably start looking. And
Yeah.
believe it or not, this is the job that I was just kind of scrolling through, and
Sure.
I found it, and I applied. And,
Yeah.
it's actually disclosed to you earlier. This is not the job. I applied for a different job.
I love it.
But after interviewing,
Things
and-
work out the way that they're supposed to, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I was offered this role and took it, and I'm so happy I did.
That
and
is
it's just
so
been
cool.
wonderful. And as I mentioned, the chamber, it just runs in so many directions. There's so much that we do.
Sure.
And so if you're not familiar with the chamber, there's education awards, there's Octoberfest that's coming up. If you
Yes.
haven't been a part of that yet, I know they're still looking for volunteers at the time of this recording.
I should probably get us involved in that too.
You should,
My team is going to be like,
absolutely.
no, Kelly,
Thanks for
Kelly,
telling us. Yeah.
Cal.
That's okay. But, you know, even as a participant,
Sure.
come on down. There's a
Yeah.
great family area, and
There is.
just
There's
even,
a lot going on. The arts. I love the arts and crafts stuff, and
Exactly.
Octoberfest in my like 20s is much different than now in my 40s.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Right.
it in a different, in a
Absolutely.
much different way now.
And there's a range of music, too. So
Yes.
if you're checking it out and you go, oh, wow, you know what? I'm going to keep on moving. And you see the next band, it's phenomenal. And then, oh,
Absolutely.
they're done. Let's go check out another stage.
Yes.
And you
Very
keep
cool.
it rolling. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So what are I'm curious, like, obviously you're heading up this program, right? And you said this is a new, the immersion program is new.
It is brand new.
Okay,
Yep.
it is brand new. So what are some of the obviously the goal is to, immerse people, right? And hence the immersion in the community. But like what are your day-to-day roles look like? What are you doing?
Me personally.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, all sorts of stuff. So
Sure.
I've been with the chamber for 2 months. And
So not that long.
Not long
Yeah,
at all. I
sure.
am very much cutting my teeth.
Sure.
They like to say that it takes a whole cycle for you to really
I believe
know
that.
what's going on.
Sure.
But, just managing the day to day.
Yeah.
A lot of, our bills and checking and all sorts
Sure.
of stuff. This immersion program, helping different departments that need help.
Sure.
Just running a lot of different
Yeah.
directions, which is great.
Right.
So,
So then will there be more things like this, this September event in the future?
yes.
As part of this
Yes.
immersion program.
Our goal is to offer this on a quarterly basis.
Very cool.
And as I mentioned before, this is something that really anyone from
Yeah.
any industry can
Sure.
join this round. But going forward, hopefully we'll have them industry and organization specific as well.
Sure.
So,
Very cool.
yeah.
I love that. I love that because it's kind of one of those. It feels to me like it's the perfect opportunity for somebody that, I mean, quite frankly, I'm pretty introvert. I'm not like in public, I guess, but
Sure.
people are like, "You're not an introvert." I'm like, "Yeah, I am. Really, I am. I have to do a lot of recharging of batteries, social batteries at home, right?" But I feel like this gives people like myself, maybe a little more introverted, the perfect opportunity to go and meet others because it's like that's kind of like the purpose of it.
Yeah. And
Right?
It's really limited in terms of space. So there's
Sure.
10 participants and their guests. So there's
Sure.
20 people total
Right.
and at least one other person there, right?
Right.
And you're sitting at these tables and it's just a small, intimate
Sure.
experience
Yeah.
where you really get to know things
Sure.
and answer your questions that you have and,
Yeah.
and have really great organic conversations.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very, very cool. Seriously, I just think it's so great. So
We'll
for
put you
those, I'm like, this looks really cool. So for those that want to sign up,
Yes. So you can go straight to the website
Yep.
and check out Immersion, and you will email me directly. So you can click on the link, or you can just email info@foxcc.net
okay?
and let them know, hey, I'd like to learn a little bit more about this, and I'll be right on the phone to chat with you.
I love that. And so then you said for like 3 months afterwards.
Yes,
You're
I
like the
follow up.
concierge. I love that.
I am.
That's
yeah,
super cool.
It's really to check in, and I was talking to Amy Shanky, who manages all of our leadership programs at the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, let's do a follow-up piece of this. And
Sure.
I got to thinking, and I thought, oh, you know what, I should definitely also follow up with the +1 too, because
Sure.
one person in the relationship might go, oh yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
The next person's going to go, oh, I'm thinking about childcare. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about that. And where can you direct me at this point? And
Right.
so that's where I come in and I go, oh yeah, let's chit chat. Let's get
Sure.
you connected to the correct resources and
Right.
and make sure you have the tools and the information you need to make decisions.
Yeah. I love this. I think this is so great.
Right?
This is so cool. It's
Yeah.
just such a neat program.
I'd love to see it continue to grow to the point where we have little like reunions and things like that. So we
I have a feeling.
cohorts.
I have a feeling that you will. I have a feeling that you will,
Yeah.
because I know that there's always. I mean, I follow a lot of moms groups, and I'm sure you do too, at Facebook and things like that. And there's a lot of, I think, desire in the community for connection.
Oh,
and there's a
absolutely.
lot of opportunities for that. But again, it's just sometimes taking those opportunities,
Right.
and like being brave enough to, like, oh, I'm going to go out and meet new people.
Exactly, on your own. So
Yeah.
you have a +1 with this. At least it gets
Which
you
is,
kind of
that is
introduced,
nice.
right?
That is really nice to have that +1. Yes. Because I'm like the person that I'm like, I need to know where I'm going to park,
Right.
what it's going to, like I have to prepare. So I think this is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. I think it'll be something that really takes off.
For sure. So what are some other things that are happening with the chamber that you might want to share with us?
Yeah,
Anything that you want to tell us
absolutely.
about?
Well, honing in on License to Cruise
'Kay.
and
Yep.
Oktoberfest, definitely get involved in those.
Coming
It's-
up.
It is. It's
Yes.
coming up end of September. So
know. It's
mark
crazy.
your calendars, 26th and
Jeez.
27th.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're still looking
always
for
a
some
huge event.
volunteers as well.
Sure.
I saw the email this morning come through on that.
Sure.
But yeah, check it out.
So for
It's-
those that want to volunteer, how do they just go to your website?
Go to the website.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go to the
Exactly.
website and get involved. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
and then the other piece of it is if you're not familiar with Oktoberfest, that it is a fundraiser, and that we donate back to nonprofits. So believe it or not, since I want to say it was 1981 is what I collected data-wise.
The
that
year
this has
of
been
my
going on.
birth.
Yeah, perfect, great year.
In the year of 1981. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, that they've actually donated $2.5 million to
Holy-
nonprofits. Yeah, so
that's
that's on the Oktoberfest page. If you
amazing.
scroll to the bottom and see
Dang.
that, but know that you're checking it out.
I'm really glad that you mentioned that
Yeah.
because honestly, I think myself included, it's just like we just are like Oktoberfest. It just happens.
Yeah,
and
it's just a big party.
this big fun
It
party,
just shows up.
and that they throw us every year. Woo! But there's actually a lot of good happening.
So much good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. And there's a lot of coordination with tons of nonprofits. So as you're down there, you'll see, oftentimes they display who they're
Sure.
benefiting as well.
Yeah.
So you can check that out. And
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's a great
actually
cause.
start paying more attention to that.
yeah, I actually
Yeah.
bumped into my son's teacher this last year. It goes to Houdini. So I saw Houdini PTO or something like that.
love
And,
that.
hey, how are you doing? So it's people you know.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there are so many ways to get involved. Just got to do it, right?
Right.
Like I thought about our team doing these farmers markets for the last couple of years. And finally I was like, I just need to talk to somebody and just do this.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. And now we're going to have a spin the wheel next week. I mean, we're really, it's just, just classing it up week after
So I haven't seen this yet. Is it like one of the Bob Barker wheels, or is it like where it spins in a circle?
Yeah, it's not a Bob Barker wheel. That would be amazing, but I think hard to transport to and from College Avenue. No, it is a wheel.
It's a wheel. You just roll
sitting
it.
on the table. It's like the wheel at the Tim Rattler Stadium.
Okay.
Like that, where you spin and then you win something, right? So one spin per person per market. But we're going to have some good prizes.
Yeah, I think he's volunteering to move the Bob Barker wheel.
I think
if you
he
can make it
might.
happen.
I think
Just
you're right.
push it.
I think you're right. Oh, yeah, just push it right
It's not
on.
like bumpy on the concrete.
Push it right into the Ave. That would be great. Oh my gosh. But no, Oktoberfest, I think is, and like you said, License to Cruise, I think it's such a great time for the community. How many people roughly? I feel like there's got to be,
Hundreds of thousands.
that show up for that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
yeah, and it's all cleaned up at the end, and it never.
It's like it never happened.
Right.
I know.
It pops up
There it is.
several hours.
Yes.
And then at the end of the day, it's
And,
gone.
and now we've learned, obviously, huge fundraiser.
Yeah.
So cool.
So I'm curious. When you started with the chamber, is there anything that the chamber is involved with that you were surprised to learn that they handle? I mean, yeah, like Octoberfest and that kind of stuff's a big deal. But like, is there anything that you were like, really, they do that too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything from deals to for our members to, we have these education awards. I don't know. Are you guys familiar with those?
No.
Okay. So I didn't realize the chamber was behind this until I got this job or I was, interviewing.
Sure.
But one of my husband's professors actually won one of these awards, and you go to this event and it's, you hear videos, there's these stories about the impact that these teachers are making, these professors are making on these students. And I'll tell you, there were so many people with Kleenexes just because they're so just unbelievably moving stories and the impact that these people have on people's lives is just wonderful. And so I know that they're probably looking for sponsors for that at that point. In fact, I know they are. So if you have an educator you want to support, then that's another avenue. Oh, sure. Geez. Again, the words, guys.
I know.
Do you get this when you're
Trust
on
me.
this
Oh,
podcast?
yeah,
Sometimes,
absolutely.
yeah.
For sure. All the time.
So that's another example of one that just really sticks out. Just amazing.
That's really cool. I love that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, ever since we had Laura on from the chamber, it's like we've just learned so much. Like, again, I think it's just one of those things. Is like you think about like your local chamber or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
when you really break it down, it's like you guys are doing a lot of great things.
Yeah, and we're connected to tons of different businesses and organizations and helping to support them in their activities and efforts to grow and,
Absolutely.
just sharpen their tool set and comes to employees. And we have a Pulse chapter as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're a young professional, you can get involved there. And if you're not a young professional,
I've aged out of that now, but
that's okay.
I remember when I used to be in the young professionals.
Don't
group.
ID.
But you're still professional, Kelly.
Yeah, well, and there's lots of after hours and things like
Sure.
that. We have one coming up this week, actually, even. I want to say it's at the Bridgewood in Neenah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
That's
live
really
music.
cool. I love doing it. I love that you guys do that, and just again to support different businesses, and I think that's so great.
Well, and we can't do the work we do without those businesses as well. So we are very fortunate to be in our community that has that. And you saw the Chamber of the Year thing outside on
which is awesome.
on our sign as well.
Yes,
so,
that is so cool.
Very cool.
Yes, congratulations again. That is really cool. Yeah, you guys do some amazing things. And again, we live in an amazing community. We really do. And we just always, I think sometimes it's like, again, like me, I'm like, oh, it snows here, or, this or that. And you get just grumbly and used to like, and you have to stop and look around and think like, wow, there's really a lot of cool stuff happening here.
Yeah.
So.
Sure is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything else you'd like to share with us about the chamber, the immersion program? I love this program. I think it's going to be a hit, and I'm excited to watch it grow.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, with the immersion program, it's just a reminder. This is a tool for employers.
Sure.
It's very expensive to recruit people. You have people relocating for jobs, things like that. Retention is so important, and so as a cost-saving effort as well as a way to invest in your employees, check it out. Learn a little bit more about it. Again, this is not specific to members only at this point.
Sure.
So give us a call.
Sure.
Send me an email. I'm happy to explain a little bit more about the program and see how it's a fit. And again, explain that 3-month period too after the fact where we're checking in and making sure things are right. And we can actually work around HR a little bit too, so HR can ask questions, right? But they can't always ask important questions. Are you looking for this type of church?
Sure,
or are you looking for
sure.
this faith or,
Right.
those types of things that get a little hairy for
Yep.
them, where we can step in and say, hey, these are people in our community you might want to get in contact with,
Sure.
organizations. So again, it's a tool. It's an
That's
opportunity.
awesome. What a great resource. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been so great. I always love doing these podcasts because I learned so much about new things, and I'm like, someday I'm really going to be in the know, I'm really going to be in the know in the 920.
Yeah. Ever more so.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Jess. And I'm so excited for your role, and we're excited to watch you just blow it up,
Right?
explode. I love that.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
I'm looking forward to it, and it will continue to grow and be more and more dynamic.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's just this is our first opportunity.
First opportunity. No, I think it's going to be so great, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, and check in with us to let us know how the upcoming seasonal events are going to be.
Yes. Yes, absolutely, for sure.
Will
Very
do.
cool. Very cool. Well, thank you again.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna have to check you out at the farmers market. When I'm
Please
there.
do. Come and get a water. Spin the wheel.
My kids will spin the wheel.
Okay, good. I was going to say, they can win prizes. A couple of the slots on the wheel are going to be candy prizes. So, I mean, who doesn't want candy, right?
Oh, right.
So, I mean, everybody should check that out. But very, very cool.
Awesome.
Thank you again so much for being
Thank
here with
you.
us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, well, are we going to talk about what's happening this weekend?
Yeah, let's hear what Tori's got to say.
Let's do it.
Let's see what's happening this weekend in the 920.
Woo! All right, I'll start us off.
Oh, you're starting. Okay.
So, number 1, Greenville Lions 2025 Catfish Extravaganza Weekend. Now, my understanding is this has nothing to do with the MTV show. So
This is not Catfish, the show. No, and
Friday.
actually, Alyssa from our team told me yesterday that
she
she's
on the
going
show?
to be there. No,
Oh.
she's going to be there.
Oh, okay.
She's going to Catfish Weekend. I know a lot of people that go to this in our area.
Yeah.
A lot of people really love this. Yeah.
So, Friday and Saturday, 3
Okay.
p.m. to 10 p.m. Greenville Lions Park, N1001 Municipal Drive, Greenville.
Okay.
The 2025 Catfish Extravaganza Weekend is coming back to Greenville, Wisconsin. Join us for 2 unforgettable days of food, music, and fun. Live music, delicious food and drinks, family-friendly activities, and so much more. This is our biggest event of the year, and you won't want to miss it. Let's make 2025 the best catfish extravaganza yet. Friday, there's going to be catfish races and community night. And on Saturday is the catfish concert.
Okay, now hold on. I have so many
races?
questions.
That sounds fun.
And people that are listening are probably going to be like, ma'am, you don't know about, because I feel like I always hear about this, but I never have gone to this event.
Yeah.
What exactly
Is
does
it
this
catfish?
entail? Yeah. Well, I know what a catfish is, but how do they race?
Like down like a chute. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's places where they do like either like goldfish or minnow racing too. I imagine it's like that. So you imagine you have like a gutter from the side of a
Okay.
house,
Okay.
right? Like an eaves trough. Mm-hmm. You put like 6 of them in a line. They're all parallel to each other.
Okay.
You fill them with water.
All right.
You start a fish at one end of it.
Okay.
You lift a gate. Fish swims forward.
Got you. Do the fish train for this event?
I don't think so, but there could probably be a market in it.
Okay, all right. Well, it seems, now, when they say catfish concert, so then do all the catfish that have participated get together and put on
Yeah.
a concert on Saturday?
I imagine it's probably bluegrass. That's that's the kind of music I imagine catfish make.
Okay. I might have to go just so I can report back to you more about this lively event. I have no idea. And it doesn't feel like either of you do either.
No.
I mean, it feels like it's, like a local festival, kind of like a
I mean,
like a
I get
Oktoberfest
that.
kind of deal.
But it's fascinating to me that we're having catfish race. Like, really,
Or
it's just great.
or if it's not catfish swimming down a gutter, it could be a race to see who can prepare catfish the most quickly and serve it to the folks. A little bit in the opposite direction.
Maybe after the catfish swim down the gutter. I'm just kidding. That's definitely not their fate. That would be terrible. Okay. So catfish weekend. It's going to be a big extravaganza, as it says. All right. Next, I've got Float Away, a night of tiki adventure.
Oh.
Ooh, this is Friday from 8 to 10 at Lodge Kohler. As soon as I saw Lodge Kohler, I was like, this is going to be cool.
Yep.
Okay, shake up summer with a tiki-style cocktail experience hosted by Tavern in the Sky, which is part of Lodge Kohler. Enjoy an evening of tropical flavors, playful bites, and island vibes with a few surprises in store. So event details, $90 per person, plus tax and gratuity. Tickets, we will have the link for tickets on our on our, oh my gosh, Nick, words are escaping me.
On our Facebook.
Yes, on our Facebook. Absolutely. Thank you. Let's see. The tickets include live tiki cocktail demos. That's kind of cool. 3 feature cocktails: the Painkiller, Mai Tai, and the Fog Cutter. Ooh, interesting. 3-course small plate menu. Shrimp. I always say this wrong. Is it ceviche? I think it's ceviche.
That's how I would say it. Yep.
Calvi beef ribs and mango upside down cake.
Oh,
fancy. And souvenir lodge Kohler tiki mug. Tiki attire is encouraged.
Okay.
Now I have more questions. What is tiki attire exactly?
To me,
it like
feels
grass skirts and like.
Yeah, it feels like grass skirts and stuff. It also feels a little bit Jimmy Buffett.
Okay, like Margaritaville type situation. All right, got it. Okay. Ooh, and there's an optional add-on of rum tasting. Interesting. You can stay the night. Event guests enjoy 30% off the best available rate. Use promo code TIKI2025. So that's valid for stays on July 11th and 12th. So very cool event happening at the Lodge Kohler this weekend. Very fun. Nick?
Okay. Huh. So I have the 2025 Filthy Fun Run. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I need to read further into this to figure out what this is.
I know, right? We have a lot of interesting things happening this weekend.
Ohauser Park, 1986 O'Leary Road in Neenah. Mm-hmm. The Filthy Fun Run is open to all ages who are looking for a fun and challenging adventure run/walk. So
please do not go through the starting times.
So I'm not going to read through all of them.
We will put that on our website.
There is an 18+ category, but there are also children categories, so it's not that kind of filthy fun run. So entry fee includes a Filthy Fun Run headband and t-shirt, a Filthy Fun Run t-shirt. What? Okay. The opportunity to participate in a great adventure run/walk with obstacles, post-run refreshments and snacks, and all run finishers receive a commemorative medal created for those parents/family members who want to run the course with their children. All family run participants will run the 0.65 mile course. That's a kilometer.
Well, thank you, Nick, for that.
The 1 kilometer course.
Okay.
All runners must be at least 4 years of age and up. If children wish to run the main run by themselves, they should register for the Filthy Fun Run. I don't know what that means. And they may run again during the family run with their registered family members.
They can do both.
Yeah.
Very cool. So it says register. Tell us where we register.
It looks like you're registering on the Parks and Rec website for Fox Crossing.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very, very cool.
That'll be easier than telling them the whole link.
Listen, all the information with all the different age groups, they've got it broken down by age groups and everything. Everything is on their website, and we will share that information as well. I've had friends that their kiddos have done this, and it always looks super cool. I personally don't like to get dirty, so I'm going to stay clean and not do the fun run. But I think they'll have a really good turnout, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Three Rivers. Wow, this, again, like, these events are fantastic. Three Rivers Roleo Log Rolling Tournament with food trucks. Again, anything with a food truck, sign me up. This is Saturday from 10 to 2 at Duck Creek Quarry Beach. Duck Creek Quarry Beach. Whew.
Yeah.
In Howard. Get ready for an action-packed showdown. This is cool. As the nation's top-ranked professional log rollers battle it out at the 17th annual Three Rivers Roleo. Who knew it was the 17th annual? Not me. This thrilling event, deeply rooted in Wisconsin's rich logging history, showcases the strength, skill, and balance required to dominate one of the most unique and exciting sports. This seems really, really cool.
Kelly, let me ask you.
Yeah.
This might be a dumb question. Have you ever tried log rolling before?
I have absolutely not. But I've watched it before in the Dells.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have tried it. It's fun.
Is it? I mean, it looks fun. It definitely looks like it's not something that uncoordinated
very difficult.
Me should try. You know, I the people that are good at it, I think, make it look a heck of a lot easier than it really is. So it says previously featured on Fox Sports North and Fox Sports Wisconsin, the Three Rivers Rodeo continues to be a must-see competition for fans of all ages. Whether you're a long-time log rolling enthusiast or new to the sport, family-friendly event promises non-stop excitement as athletes go head-to-head, spinning and splashing their way to victory. There will be food trucks and live music to keep the energy high. Come witness this plant, excuse you. If you are listening and you heard that, that's just the plant getting in my way. Food trucks and live music to keep the energy high. Come witness the best in the sport compete for glory. Who will stay on top and who will make a splash? Very cool. Free admission. So that's happening on Saturday starting at, again, 10 a.m. Very cool.
Cool. Our final thing, a bit of a long one here. Puzzles for Paws, a puzzle competition and fundraiser to benefit Brewster's Place. This is Sunday, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Barrel House at Badger Estate Brewing Company in Green Bay. Puzzles for Paws, a cat-tastic challenge for a perfect cause.
And that's perfect cause.
Get ready for a perfectly fun challenge and help support a cause close to our hearts. On Sunday, July 13th, join us at the Barrel House at Badger State Brewing to support Brewster's Place. Whether you're a puzzle pro or just want to spend your Sunday afternoon bidding on silent auction items and soaking in good vibes, this event is for you. If you identify as a puzzle person, enjoy some friendly competition while making a difference for cats in need. Event details, ticket prices are $5 for general admission / spectator, $10 for a puzzler for 1 round, $15 for 2 rounds, $20 for 3 rounds. All tickets are individual. So there's 3 different puzzle competition rounds.
Very cool. Very cool.
All at different times. How it works: sign up to participate in 1 round, 2 rounds, or 3 rounds. Tickets are individual, but you can feel free to join your regular team or make some new friends. Teams can be made up of either 2 or 4 players. Your team will have 1 hour per round to complete a 500-piece cat-themed jigsaw puzzle. I've actually seen these before, and they're pretty cool.
I feel like, as I'm listening to you tell us about this, my oldest child, Jay, would love this.
Oh, I'd team up with him.
He
Kick some booty.
I feel like the 2 of you would be really good at this. Yeah.
A lot of it comes down to strategy and, like, knowing who's doing which parts of the puzzle. And once you kind of, like, lock that in, people get really fast with them.
Like, okay, so that's my thing, is I'm thinking, like, when I watch him do a puzzle, I'm like, whoa, that's really good, because I'm terrible at them. But I have a feeling there's probably going to be people there that are really good at puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's like you have one person that's, like, doing the edge piece while the other person's sifting through everything, sorting by color, and shooting them the edge pieces.
Do you think that getting that... Okay, so on that note, do you think that getting the edge pieces is, like, the most important first step to a puzzle?
It depends. Usually it is. But otherwise, sorting everything into, like, their color groups, depending on the puzzle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I've tried lately with my terrible ADHD to do... puzzles are really hard for people with ADHD, at least me, with my ADHD. Puzzles are a lot of focus, right? But what we've done is, we make the border, and then we try to kind of separate everything out by color, you know, and so then you can kind of like, okay, all the red stuff is kind of over here, and right? So that's been my strategy. Yeah.
That's the basics of it.
Very cool. I kind of want to go watch some good puzzle.
$5 for you to go watch it.
Puzzlers puzzle. I love that. Well, again, there's a lot happening this weekend in the Fox Cities, in the 920. There always is, really. And I just hope, and I think we all hope, everybody gets out and has a fantastic summer weekend. Woo. Right?
Yeah.
And we'll see you all next time. And thank you again, Jess, so much for being here today.
Bye, Internet.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To contact the Kelly Davies Homes team for all of your buying and selling needs, call 920-791-9047. Find us on Facebook at the Kelly Davies Homes team or go to kellydavieshomes.com.